Hi there, I'm Johanna Lee, and today I wanted to talk about a really cool Google Sheets formula that I recently learned, and it's called import range. So before I get into it, I just recently got sent a meme by one of my good friends, Tyler, and it said, "How's it going?" And it was V final, like a file name that said final, and then it says how it ended up, and it's like final, 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 final. And so, I can relate to this pretty well with work. I think, you think you have something final, then you rename it and rename it and rename it. And so from a version control perspective, a lot of companies use Google Sheets. And so you forget that you have that number in a sheet that is now outdated. And so it's tough when, your boss or something catches you saying like, did we update it? And you know that it's been updated, you just forgot it's in all of these spreadsheets. I have a recent example at work. So I'm in financial reporting, so our financial statements changed, but our MD&A needed to be updated with that change, and I was focused on the financial statements and forgot to update the MD&A. So anyway, hopefully, leave a comment in below if you relate to that as well, because I think it happens a lot more than we would appreciate or like. But anyway, this is a great formula. It didn't work for me immediately, which is why I kind of wanted to walk it through and kind of the problems that I had originally. So, as I said before, the formula is import range. And so what it's doing is it's going to take, and any formula in Google Sheets, it's really nice. It's similar to Excel, where you can expand and kind of see an example that they have and the prompts of which that would be. So the example that they have shows an Excel spreadsheet in quotes, and then the range in which they want to add, so the string. So what I've been doing at work now, because I know about this, is I will just copy the range, the spreadsheet where I have. So similar to another formula, I can just point here, and what I can do in that capacity then is do an absolute formula. So F4, and then it'll always be looking at this spreadsheet. So the range here is going to be the tab name, and it needs to be exactly the exact name of it. So I'd recommend double clicking the tab, copy and pasting in that fashion. So I'm going to do this. I've already copy and pasted, and what I want here, this is Mockroo data, as you can probably tell from the screen here. And so, what I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, this is where I used to have data, and I want this to be the final version, but we got updated names here. So, this is good for if the formatting is different. Normally you would do like a VLOOKUP or something like that, but I know for a fact that these are exactly the same, or maybe one or two things change, so I just want to do a double check. And so what I can do then is click enter, and it'll give me a ref error first, which is kind of what I was intimidated by at first. I tried it out and it said ref error. I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this. But that's not the case. All you have to do is you have to hover over it and say allow access, and then it'll pull in for you their exact range. So I pulled in 100 rows, and so this will be exactly the same. And so, let's take a look here. So say this first thing says raven white neck. And what if I say not a bird? And now I go back, it will switch for me. And so that'll be like a live update, so it's not something that you have to run like a query every time, which is really great, because anytime you get into your spreadsheet, maybe even it's just a personal spreadsheet for you where you want to keep track of all of these like data sets or individual numbers, I would definitely recommend import range, because then you can kind of see how things are changing and how things play together with your multiple Google Sheets. And so I know a lot of my friends use Google Sheets at work on a one-off basis, and so I think this is a really good formula to have in your repertoire and to use when you're kind of going through that head-butting of like, this is the final version or this is the final version. And for those financial reporting people out there, it's great for tie-outs to make sure that you have internal consistencies between multiple sheets. So I learned this today. I kind of finally got it working, so I hope this empowers you to kind of see how you can use it in your Google spreadsheets as well. So I hope this was helpful, but if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks.